I didn't know if she was safe. I didn't know if I would ever see her again.
Christopher Emmanuel is talking about his daughter, Skylar.
I always said I wanted to be a great dad.
But his dreams of being a dad turned into a nightmare after his girlfriend placed their newborn daughter up for adoption without telling him.
I was lost, man. I was hurt. I was confused because I wanted to ensure that I could be there for my child.
Christopher fought back, turning to the court system in Aiken County where Skylar was born.
This is my opportunity to prove that, and I was deprived of that. My Constitution and my state rights were violated.
Under South Carolina law, unwed fathers can sign up on the Responsible Fatherhood Registry. It's an online database through DSS that lets the state know that you fathered a child. Pat Littlejohn is the president of the advocacy group South Carolina Center for Fathers and Families.
Before rights are terminated to allow an adoption to occur, attorneys as well as the Department of Social Services will check this registry. And if his name is on there, he must be notified.
Christopher registered, adding the name of Skylar's mother, making it mandatory that he would be notified if she put the child up for adoption. And that's exactly what she did. Court documents show that Christopher added his name on the registry on February 4th. However, the adopted parents filed the motions on February 19th to adopt Skylar. Christopher was not added on that documentation as a biological father, even though he was listed as such on the registry. But under South Carolina law, someone living in another state can adopt a baby born here only under unusual or exceptional circumstances. Under the South Carolina Children's Code, a biracial child like Skylar fell under that category. Therefore, the adoption, in part, was able to go forward.
My daughter was in San Diego, California with prospective adoptive couples where her name was changed, where I have medical documentation calling my daughter another name, but she was never legally adopted.
Christopher kept the faith and contested the adoption. Court records showed that his paternal rights were terminated without his permission. At one point, he and his lawyers were willing to adopt his own daughter back. After almost a year, a judge sided with him. Baby Skylar was sent back to South Carolina, and the courts granted Christopher sole custody of his daughter.
Aiken County Judicial Center. This is where it went down at, man. But when I'm here, being in this space, it fills me with joy. I feel safe because Aiken County brought my daughter home where she belongs.
State Senator Katrina Shealy tells me that at the time the adoption code was written, it was more because of the public's unwillingness to want to adopt mixed race or children with disabilities. She says the out-of-state option was added so that South Carolina children could find a forever home. She also tells me that with changing times, it might be a good idea to review and update that portion of the adoption code. In Columbia, Fraendy Clervaud, Watch Fox News, Local First. Now, what made some lawmakers come together to revisit or to look at the South Carolina adoption code for children?
Well, we recently saw a story on Watch Fox by you all that was talking about an individual named Christopher Emmanuel.
For months, Christopher Emmanuel contested an illegal adoption through the Aiken County court system.
So myself and Senator Katrina Shealy, we both have similar ties to the Midlands Fatherhood Coalition. And this is where we met, along with Christopher Emmanuel.
The adoption was able to move forward because under South Carolina law, someone living in another state can adopt a baby born here under unusual or exceptional circumstances. Because Christopher's daughter, Skylar, is biracial, she fit under that category.
That was the main concern that I had going into this meeting, was that the code says that mixed racial heritage children are considered special needs. And when this was written back in the day, they did not mean special needs in terms of developmental issues, but they meant special needs in terms of, these were hard to place children because societal norms, they weren't the same.
After almost a year, a judge sided with Christopher. Baby Skylar was sent back to South Carolina, and the courts granted Christopher Emmanuel sole custody of his daughter.
During this meeting, we just pretty much went over the code and looking at the language, how the language was perceived back when it was originally constructed, And we talked about how, how outdated it is.
Johnson says now there's bipartisan support to help make changes.
I'll be pushing from the House side. I know Senator Sheila will be pushing from the Senate side, and hopefully we can see this done this session.
A welcome move for diverse families all over the state. In Columbia, Fraendy Clervaud, Watch Fox, Local First. For Christopher Emanuel, his journey into fatherhood started right here in Aiken County. After months of contesting an illegal adoption, he finally received custody of his daughter. And now, some 6 years later, his story on an international stage.
We beat the odds while being a dad, especially a black dad. It shows you what we can do, but most importantly, that law can work when you have the right relationships and the right people in place.
And that's what Christopher Emanuel is hoping to change, a portion of the South Carolina Adoption Code. It states that someone living in another state can adopt a baby born in South Carolina under unusual or exceptional circumstances. So what defines unusual or exceptional circumstances? A part of the code stipulates that a biracial child like Christopher's daughter would fall under that category. That's why her adoption in part was able to go forward. After Watch Fox aired Christopher's story, state lawmakers started working on addressing his concerns.
It's bipartisan. Everybody's involved, and we have the support of the state of South Carolina, the attorneys, and we're looking forward to updating and changing the laws.
Christopher's work and story now getting the attention of media mogul Oprah Winfrey.
Wow. I would have never imagined being honored, for me, in my opinion, the highest platform, Queen Oprah.
He and other men were featured on a special on OWN, highlighting their work to dispel the false narratives about black fatherhood. Through his journey, Christopher started 2 foundations, Sky is the Limit, named after his daughter, and No Deadbeat Dads. These organizations helping fathers like Michael Supreme find the help they need with the court system.
Understanding, like, just me as a dad, and going through my process of struggling and fighting with the system to actually get custody of my daughter, adjunct custody of my daughter.
Christopher says he can't thank his family in Aiken County enough for helping him get to this point, especially when he was honored by Oprah.
We had a watch party / content creation party, so it was very intentional. So a major shout out to Second on York for housing me in this space.
And as fathers get ready to be honored, Christopher's daughter Skylar has this message.
Thank you, Queen Oprah, and thank you, King Sterling, for honoring our willing and capable dads, especially black fathers, and my daddy, Christopher Emanuel. And all those fathers that are fighting, stay fighting, and if you get down, get back up, and keep hope, because your children need you.
Christopher Emanuel's story no doubt inspiring plenty of people. If you'd like to get involved with his organization by also helping other fathers, visit our website at watch.com. In Aiken County, Fraendy Clervaud, Watch Fox, Local First.